Hi, my name is Neill Horton, and I'm one of the .NET instructors here at Centric Training, here to talk to you about the DDWA portion of the application developer track. The 5 weeks that make up DDWA are without a doubt the core of the job skills for this track. And kind of the point when you graduate, the idea is that you're going to leave here as an application or a web application developer. So the skills that we teach during these 5 weeks are all about creating web applications, securing web applications, connecting those web applications to databases, and then finally deploying those applications out to the internet. So I'm going to kind of quickly go through the major topics that we'll hit as part of DDWA, and then kind of at the end of this I'll show you an example from one of our students as to what they created as part of DDWA. So your first week in here, and kind of the flow of this, you've just left your relational database design and SQL class, and really at this point we're ready to kind of pour you into the meat of the track, which again is all about the web development. So first week is getting used to our web controls, doing data validations, and then a big part of what ASP.NET gives us is something called a master page, which is this one page that we create that encompasses all the stuff that's kind of constant throughout your website, your navigation, your header, your footer, things like that. DDWA2, the big topic this week is about security. So how to deal with logins and create user accounts and really lock down your site so that those that don't have those usernames and passwords can't get into some of those restricted pages. This is also where we'll build a couple of the sites that will kind of carry on through the rest of DDWA and serve as two of your real-world examples of code that you've created, and that's our widgets and gadgets, which is the product-driven site, and then our scheduling administration tool, which is a kind of like an online university student scheduling and administration tool. All right, DDWA3 is all about bringing in the data. So you went through your relational database design class. Now it's time to bring that into the web world with data binding and doing master detail with data. So you'll be doing a full week there with DDWA3. DDWA4 is we kind of look at what's under the hood of some of the easy things we did in week 3. We look at what's actually going on behind the scenes by covering connected SQL. One of the new 3.5 technologies, which is LINQ, which is language integrated query, really hot topic nowadays, and we cover that in depth in DDWA4. We also cover web services, which is another one of those kind of key components of being a web developer. And if you start researching ASP.NET and web development in general, you'll hear web services come up often. DDWA5, which this is probably one of the most important weeks of your track. I mean, at this point, you're learning how to stand on your 2 feet on your own as a web developer, and you're getting ready for the project week. So our goal really this week, aside from just teaching Ajax and a couple of topics, and of course Ajax is important, but we're getting you ready to roll on your project so that come the next week after this, when we hand you those project requirements and say go, you're ready to go and you know what to do. So we'll go through a little bit of a review from what we did in DDWA3, just kind of get you ready for your project. We'll deploy all your applications, and then we'll start getting you ready for that next week, which again, big week during your project. So just kind of give you an example of what one of our students had created, and there's many of these out there, but what one of our students had created as part of DDWA. His widgets and gadget sites. This particular student was also a graphic designer, so he designed all his own icons for the products that he sells. Some of these might look familiar. He's got a disintegrating pistol, which for those of you familiar with Warner Brothers, you know what a disintegrating pistol is. And then he's also got his schedule administration tool, which is his online, again, university website. And then his job finder, which covers companies, the jobs that are at those companies, and then the people that he would be in contact with for those particular positions. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what we cover as part of DDWA, and look forward to seeing you here. Thanks.